I am tired of trying to fit the status quo. Oh, your twist out gotta look a certain way, your hair gotta look a certain way, this is considered natural, protective style's not being protective. It just, oh my God, where do I begin? Welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and I'm a licensed hairstylist and makeup artist that actually cares about your hair and skin. I haven't worn a protective style since July of last year because I have realized that sometimes the protective styles don't really be protecting. I've always been an advocate of do what you want to do with your hair, whether it's coloring, whether it's relaxing, chemical services, it doesn't matter. However you feel like you are your most beautiful, that's how you should wear your hair. And for me, it was coloring and cutting. Now, around 2 years ago, I was like, let me go ahead and stop bleaching my hair. And within that, of bleaching my hair, I was like, well, everyone knows when you cut your hair and when you bleach your hair, like you always get that itch to want to do it again. So like many other girls, many other women, what do? We put into protective styling. And that's what I did. I put it into protective styling for like the last 2 years. You're gonna see me pick out throughout this video because it just feels so good. Like it's getting that itch that I can't get. But anyways, July of 2024, last year, I noticed, and I'm sure a lot of us have noticed, that there's a good side to braiding and there's also a bad side to consistently having extensions in your hair. The whole point of, and I'm human, so I get it. I'm not trying to say, oh, just because I'm a cosmetologist, just because I'm licensed, I have no room for error. Absolutely not, which is why I feel like we all should give each other grace. So I went ahead and started realizing, and this could have been because of hormones too, because young women, get your hormones checked. Now I realized something's not right. And I always like to tell my clients, usually when you notice something's not right, you either caught it just in the nick of time or you're already too far gone, because let's be real, some of us like to play in denial. But I went ahead and saw that my hair has always been thick, as you can see, but it was like on the finer side. And when I was blow drying it, like the way my like, she's definitely came back, but the way they were before, I was like, I've never had the issue of thinning edges. Now, what people may not realize is, those type of things are hereditary, but not in my genes. And I was just realizing, okay, you know what? I'm putting my clients first. I'm letting them know that, this is what you need to do. This is what you're not doing. And sometimes we do that and we pour into others and we don't advocate for ourselves. And this spills into like many areas of life. Right now, we're just talking about hair. And I was realizing I wasn't taking my own advice. Like, yes, I was not keeping my extensions in no longer than 8 weeks, because I always tell my clients, and I'm telling y'all, you should keep your extensions no longer from 6 to 8 weeks. Like, your hair needs to grow, your hair needs to touch grass, it needs to get air. You need to give it a break. You can't just repeatedly keep putting extensions, putting weaves, braiding it up, unless it's like your own hair, and that's different. But you can't just keep doing that and not expect your hair to not be stressed. It just doesn't work. Like, think of it as your body constantly training. You have no rest days. You're gonna hurt yourself. And that's exactly what happened. And let me know in the comments if you haven't realized this yourself, if you're not in denial and you've realized, or your stylist has realized, there's some breakage going on. Your hair is finer than what it usually is. Like, something isn't making sense. So I went ahead and I was taking my last hairstyle, which was some twists, and they were crochet twists, and they weren't big. I had them like bob length, because usually I like I'm not gonna lie. I like it waist length. I like it to the tailbone. I like it longer. We like what we like. We listen and we don't judge. And I did that. And as I was taking out my hair, the clumps I was noticing, and I was taking out at like at that 7 week mark, the clumps I was noticing, when I tell you, I was like, what is going on? What happened? Like, it couldn't be me. So I realized, okay, I know what the problem is. I sat down, I self-reflect, and I was like, I know what the problem is. The problem is me. And that's what we don't I feel like we don't hold ourselves accountable, because we often are either our worst critic or our pacifiers. But there's somewhere in the middle where you can be both. And I sat with myself and was like, okay, something needs to change. I'm not going to pacify and just say, okay, I'm going to put on another hairstyle and keep it about my day. No, I want my hair to thrive. And that's exactly how any of us, natural, relaxed, colored, that colored hair, that's how we should navigate. That's how we should navigate things. What is the best way for my hair to thrive in that state? Because a natural isn't for everybody. Sometimes, right now, I'm in a season of my life where I'm definitely feeling the fro. Who's to say that I'm not going to shave it in like 6 months? Who's to say I'm not going to color her? Who's to say I'm not going to keep my hair growing? Who's to say? Life is uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But you want to know what is best for you in your hair and the routine that works best for your lifestyle. So I decided, I was like, you know what? Thankfully, I'm in a space where I'm very comfortable in my most natural state. I don't have to worry about, wearing my hair out like this in, a job setting, because I'm a hairstylist. I told myself I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm going to, and that was never really an issue either, as far as like, my eating routine and stuff like that, because just, again, it's not also what you do on the outside, is how you feed yourself on the inside. And because your hair, your nails, and your skin reflects what's going on inside. But even though I was nourishing inside, I wasn't too much nourishing outside, because like I said, kept it in protective styles, because I just thought it was easier. Even though I know nothing's easier than wearing your own hair. And I think a lot of us get wrapped up in the way our hair looks, in a twist out, in a braid out, styled in Bantu knot. And I feel like that's just another way of just making things harder than what it needs to be. Like, this is how my hair grows out in its natural state. It is clean. I braid it down, for a week after I shampoo it. And after that, I put it in like 5 ponytails. I put it in a side cap. I make sure it's oiled. I make sure I deep condition. I make sure I do my bond treatments. Write all of this down, because y'all should be doing this too. Again, regardless if you're natural, relaxed, colored. Those are just gems that I dropped. But yeah, and I realized I am tired of trying to fit the status quo. Your twist out gotta look a certain way, your hair gotta look a certain way, this is considered natural, protective styles not being protective. It just oh my god, where do I begin? So, put myself on a routine where, if I don't wash my hair every week, then I'll wash it every 2 weeks. And I'll just, if I'm not wearing it like this, I'll plait it with my real hair. There's no weight, there's nothing that's pulling at it, tugging at it. It's just my natural hair, and it has flourished from July, and now we're in July 2024, and now we're in January 2025. I just want to say this to anyone who's having a hard time in their natural hair journey, not realizing like what's going on with their hair. You have to be involved. You can't, like, even now with my hair in its natural state like this, I'm not just gonna go to sleep, not comb it out, not wash it, not detangle it, not pick it, and just let it be. Like, no. In this state, I have a routine. I'm shampooing my hair, like I said, if not one time a week, every like 2 weeks. Or I'm making sure I'm oiling it, greasing it. I'm making sure I'm taking my vitamins. I'm making sure when I shampoo, I'm using the correct products. I'm using the correct products as far as like shampoo, conditioner. One week I'm doing bond building, the next week I'm doing moisturizing. You have to be more involved. Things are just not gonna happen. It doesn't work like that, and nothing that you do is just not gonna happen. You have to put the effort. You have to be involved. I am working on growing my channel, and right now YouTube is pushing out small content creators, and just like, why not? I've been content creating a lot on and off. I want to say since like 2019, 2020. And it didn't start off with YouTube. It started off on Instagram doing short form content. And then I stayed on Instagram for a while, and then made another page on Instagram, then went to TikTok. I really thrived over there. Got to over 8,000 followers, and I was just like, I was on and off with YouTube because long form content, like, what am I gonna sit here and talk about? But like, in my day-to-day job, I can sit and talk with my clients and give them advice and just block everything out and help people. And I feel like, why can't I do that online? I can definitely do it with short form content. I just gotta talk a little bit more. So I decided to go on a 30-day challenge to get my channel monetized. I'm gonna be consistent. We're gonna be consistent, because I know I'm not the only small creator doing this 30-day challenge, and I feel like it's just such a great way of building like community. And why not? Right now I'm staying at 32 subscribers, and I got those subscribers again from short form content, from my shorts, doing makeup and how you should do your makeup based on like your zodiac signs, and how to apply makeup, and what you should do with your hair, and anything beauty and lifestyle. So again, I'm taking a leap of faith just like you guys, and throwing my hat into this long form content and seeing where this takes me, where this takes us, because you don't know if you don't try. Same thing I was talking about with your hair. If you don't know, if you don't try, you're just gonna say, oh, it just doesn't work because the people in my family have short hair. It doesn't work because my mom relaxed my hair when I was 6 years old. It doesn't work because my hair has been stagnant at this length for how long. And there's ways around things. You just have to put the effort to want that change. Am I right or am I wrong? Exactly. So come with me on this journey, and I want to see you guys on your journey and monetizing and seeing where this takes us, because it's only up from here. It's only up from here.